Hello and welcome. Another edition of the Core Vive Coaches Corner. Each and every week, we take a few minutes and catch up with coaches all across the country, all levels, all divisions. And this week, I am genuinely excited because I have my good friend and really off to their best start in the history of the baseball program, which, believe it or not, goes back to 1872. Member of the NESCAC Conference, which is often referred to as the Little Ivies, the head coach of the Bates College baseball program, John Martin. John, thank you so much. I know it's in season, and I appreciate you taking some time for us today.
Of course, Walter. No problem. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here, and I've been waiting for a while to get on here with you, so I'm glad we finally were able to do it.
Well, one of the things that has always caught my eye, and I get asked this all the time, is the Division III landscape, especially in 2026. There is no such thing as Division III, Division II, Division I. College baseball as a whole is top to bottom, is just really, really talented baseball. Let's talk a little bit about your hot start. You have a potential National Player of the Year at the Division III level. What's it been like for you getting started this particular spring with this group of young men?
It's been awesome. We've got a great ball club here. Good veteran leadership. You know, guys that have been here for 3-4 years that are really kind of steering the ship, which is good, and a great duo of captains. We've got strong offense. We've been playing really well offensively. We're always talking about executing at a level that can't be matched, and that's kind of how we've been playing so far, and running the bases well. And I think our pitching and defense is really strong. We've been catching the ball in the infield, which our infield play is definitely a major strength of ours. So, but good vibes all around. I mean, we've got a loose group, and we always talk about being knowing where the line is between being loose and unfocused, right? And never crossing that line. And I'm not uptight at all. I don't play that way. I don't want my teams to play that way. And these guys have really done a good job of knowing where that line is and staying on the loose side of it. I mean, I got some characters, man. We have a good time, and we're not scared to show it a little bit and have some fun out there. But we never cross that line of being unfocused, and it's been a great start. But I think all of us know that it's not where you start; it's how you finish, right? So, we're excited for the next half of the season here and getting into conference play and playing some good teams down the road here.
Well, I really want to go to that point, which is the conference. Oftentimes the NESCAC conference, and for those families that may not be familiar with the NESCAC conference, it's often referred to as the Little Ivies, and for a very good reason. It is a strong, elite academic conference. Schools such as Tufts, Bates, Bowdoin, Trinity, Amherst, Hamilton. This is really top to bottom. A Colby, obviously, Middlebury, very, very top to bottom, very, very consistent quality athletics across all sports, but particularly baseball. I would love for you to start when you're out recruiting. You're kind of banging on the same guys that Ivy League, Patriot League. It is a high level, both academically and athletically. But talk about you're recruiting guys that are very, very talented. I know several of your athletes that were being looked at Richmond and at several other high-level academic Division I schools. You're really recruiting that high-level athlete as well as academic.
Yeah, and that's what we always our sales pitch is basically to the recruits is that we want the true student athlete, right? I want someone to come into our program that is very serious about their academics and about doing well in school, and going to a school that academically is going to take them where they want to go in life, but also play a high level and a great brand of baseball. I mean, this is I always say this is big boy baseball here, and it's very detailed. It's very ultra competitive. A lot of these players in this conference know each other, and they've played around each other growing up. And then you also get the guys that are from the little pockets in the country that no one's ever heard of, right? So it's a great brand of baseball. It's a high academic environment. We know there are some sacrifices I think that we do have to make, in this conference and at a school like Bates, where um, we have to give up maybe a little something here and there to sacrifice for academics, but maybe we start the season a little bit later, or there's certain days of the week that we can't take road games on, maybe a Tuesday because everybody has class on a Tuesday or something like that. But we still get all our games in. We still practice with detail and intensity, and all great facilities. I mean, all these schools. I mean, we just renovated our field and put turf and a new backstop and seating and all of that in our facility. So um, it's a great experience, and that's what we're all about here. We're all about playing a high level and giving the students a great experience, so that when they finally get out of here, they're set for life and they have a good path for success. But they also they want to come back and they want to visit and they want to be a part of our alumni and stay connected to the program.
Well, I want to talk about that particular component because I oftentimes, when I'm speaking with parents, especially those parents from maybe down south, southeast, the West Coast, they think, okay, well, NESCAT, Division three, but really, if you're a good graduate from a NESCAT school, you are truly set for life. So I would love for you to go into a little bit more detail, particularly with Bates, because Bates has one of those really prestigious alumni bases, and I know that the alumni had a lot to do with your upgrades and your new facilities and amenities, but really talk about that is a powerful opportunity for a potential student athlete to attend and graduate from a school like Bates.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I have guys that have graduated from here that, I mean, have gone on to do some really amazing things. And they kind of have with the academic background here, you kind of have the choice to do whatever you want. I mean, you can really study anything and pursue that in life. And an interesting part of our curriculum here is that you can double major here and still finish in 4 years, right? And still play 4 years of whatever sport you're an athlete of. Um, you have to kind of declare that early and kind of figure out that that's the path you want to go. But I've had a lot of players that have been 4-year baseball players. They've been an econ and history, or econ and environmental science. I mean, there's different things that they can double up in and get 2 degrees from here in 4 years at a school like Bates that is obviously reputable and all over New England, all over the country, and around the world, really. And they can pursue a career path that can take them wherever they want to go. Not to mention the alumni ties that are here, and um, you know, Bates alums look out for other upcoming Bates alums. I mean, that's just kind of how we do it, and it's a tight knit community that reaches back. I mean, generation to generation, and it's a really really cool thing. And I think that it's something that, if you're looking at a school like this and you're looking at a high caliber academic school and you want to play a high brand of baseball, um, I mean, this conference and Bates in general, I mean, these are some great options for you. And we get students all over the country. I mean, I've got guys. I have a player from Hawaii on our team right now that came all the way to Maine to play baseball. Who would have thought, right? So no one's out of our reach, and we get out coast to coast and try to spread the word and make sure that everybody knows about us.
One of the things, and I want to mention for parents, Coach Martin was at a very prestigious school, Vassar, prior to Bates. He's been at Bates now. I believe you're year
Yeah.
10. Are we
Yeah.
at year 10? And so when you're out across the country, what type of athletes are catching your eye? Meaning, are they multi-faceted with regard to position? Are there certain characteristics of young men that you feel kind of fit, the Bates kind of fit with regard to the team chemistry as well as the school?
Yeah, I mean, I look at it this way, like the talent that I see on the field, because a lot of times I'll go to events, whether they're a showcase style event or a tournament or a travel ball tournament or something like that, and I'll see players that catch my eye physically, talent wise, right? Whether it's their metrics that catch my eye, or just their physical makeup, or just things I see them do in the game, or instincts, or high IQ. I mean, whatever it may be, right? And then a lot of times, I mean, right after that, I'll reach out to them as fast as I can. Um, sometimes it could be on the ride home from the event. Sometimes it's the next morning or that night. It just depends. And I want them to know that, like, hey, I saw some things out there that I liked, and you know, tell me what you're interested in. Like, what are you pursuing in your college search right now, right? I right after I have that initial conversation or that initial outreach, I need to see academically, like, where do you stand? I need to see your transcripts. If you've taken tests, now we are test optional. I know a lot of schools are going that route these days. But if you've taken tests, I want to know how you did. I want to know what type of school you go to. Is it public? Is it private? um, class size, what kind of curriculum do they offer? I need to kind of break all that down. A lot of schools I'll go over more than once, and so I'm familiar with them, and I just need to see the transcript. And then once I get that and I get that information, it's kind of like, let's see where we're at here, right? Let's see if this is, I'll tell them, look at our website, check out our social media, see if this is the caliber of school, the type of school, the size, location. Is this something you'd be interested in? And then we go from there. And then it's me or one of my assistants constantly in touch with these guys, right? And I always tell the recruits, I'm like, hey, like, you know, this is kind of like dating a little bit, right? I mean, if someone's interested in you, you're going to hear from them,
Right.
right? And if you reach out and you're emailing coaches over and over and reaching out and they don't respond, I mean, you got to take a hint at some point, right?
Right.
And so, I mean, I'm a head coach, and I don't hesitate. Our top guys on our board, I reach out to them on a regular basis. I want them to know that, yeah, we are interested. I don't hide that. And then, we try to set up a visit and get them on campus. And then most of the time, when we get them on campus and they have a see and get a feel of what we are here at Bates, they're going to like it. They're going to like it. And I want to know that our high level recruits, we're in the mix, that we've shown them everything that we are. We didn't hide anything. They got a good feel for what this place is about. And it's up to them at that point, pending that all the other boxes are checked, that they view this as an option that they want to pursue. And if that's
Well,
the case, make it
one of
happen.
the things that I can genuinely tell parents is, I've known about John. I have known John. There are very few what I call baseball minds that I value more than John Martin. If he tells you this is a good player, this is a good athlete, I mean, that's a highly respected evaluation. And one of the topics, inevitably, that John and I every summer, kind of chop up a little bit is, you always have these athletes, John, that are searching for the palm trees, the green grass, the good baseball, and everybody thinks the higher level baseball has to be played in warmer weather. How do you play baseball? And I always try to tell parents that give me that vibe, hey, for years, for decades, UMaine Orono used to go to the College World Series. Oh, by the way, Southern Maine, when Eddie was there, was a national World Series. Good baseball is played
Sure.
anywhere and everywhere, but particularly in the NESCAC. Now, I have athletes that have worked with me in the past. Their parents, they have such effusive praise for John Martin and Bates. But what I want to know is, how do you possibly, when you're out recruiting, how do you get parents to understand or student athletes to understand, well, it's not Division 1. Well, you're playing baseball in Maine. How do you get them to kind of, hey, come and see us, come and talk to our athletes? Is that something that you wait for when they're actually physically on campus, or do you try to do that on the phone, prior to their arrival?
It depends, right? I think that obviously, if there's a recruit that we're interested in that's in the New England area, they're familiar with it, right?
Right,
And there's a lot of guys are in New England that want to stay in New England,
right.
and this is their home region. This is what they love. They want to have access to Boston. They can see themselves probably moving into Boston once they graduate, and we have a big Boston alumni base. But um, so you have that part of it, which is like, if they're a New England guy, it's really not that hard. right? I mean, especially if they're from Massachusetts or Connecticut or something like that, right? It's the guys that are further away, like West Coast guys, Texas, Florida, that I've got to convince, like, it's not that bad. Pack your earmuffs and let's go, right? And we travel a lot. We're fortunate here at Bates that we have a week break in February, March, and April. So I have 3 weeks off during the season with no classes. So we can travel. I mean, we just got back from Florida. You can probably see my
Yeah.
sunglass tan there. Yeah, we were just down there for a week, and I love to travel. I mean, I've taken the team to California and Florida and Arizona and Texas and everywhere, and I have no problem doing it. And so we get out and about when the weather's tough. But I think that one thing that's interesting is the landscape, or the amount of travel that we do recruiting um, opens some eyes. And when I'm in California, like I go to an event um, a couple times a year out in Orange County, California, and when I meet guys that are out there, or they're from Arizona or Northern California, and they're at this event, they're kind of like, Maine, like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, we get guys from here, right? And I'll show them our roster, tell them about our roster. And I say, what we're doing here is I'm here promoting a product, Bates College, that has that national reputation academically. And a degree from here will take you anywhere you want to go. And I give them, all the information. And then they're kind of like, huh, like, never really thought about going to Maine for school. And then I try to fool them by bringing them up in August, September, October, instead of January, February, March, to give them a little bit of a, hey, look how beautiful it is here, right? I mean, those are the best 3 months of the year up here, um, and the campus is gorgeous. All the students are back, and they get a vibe for it. And I mean, one thing about Bates, it's a beautiful campus. We have great facilities, blah blah blah. I could say all of that, but the people here, I mean, they sold me on it. When I came and interviewed, I couldn't believe how genuine everybody was, how involved everybody was. Like, everybody here at Bates wants to be a part of this campus and make this a great place. And um, when you're a senior in high school and you come up and you visit, I'm trying to impress, obviously, the recruit, but there's a couple other people I need to impress too, right?
Mom and dad.
The mom and dad, right? I mean, and if they don't feel safe and comfortable, shipping their son or daughter or whoever it is up here, um, it's not going to work. And so
Right.
I want to show them when they get here, like, this is a wonderful place with wonderful people. We have eyes on your kid. We are here to make them better over their 4 years and prepare them for what's next, right? Um, and once they get a feel for that and they see it, I mean, I see us as a legitimate option. Not to mention, I mean, we have one of the best cafeterias you could ever imagine here. The food here is next level. It's next level.
Now
Trust
now that would sell me. I know it would, sell my boys.
me.
I
It's
I can
unbelievable.
tell I can tell parents, when I'm working with athletes that I've known since their freshman year in high school, and I develop a strong, relationship with the parents and the student athlete. When I talk to student athletes at Bates, and I genuinely mean this, and it's not because John is a friend or we're talking here now. I have yet to ever have an athlete or a parent not use the word great, fantastic, loves it. This is phenomenal, best choice he ever could have made. And it never ceases to amaze me. And I'll always think, well, I'm going to catch this guy during the freshman fall when he's really overloaded between academics and athletics. And not one athlete has ever said to me, well, it's tough. It's always, this is unbelievable. What a beautiful campus. Love Coach Martin. Love. I very rarely get that word when we're talking about coaches. I always get respect the coach. I think he's a great guy, but love Coach Martin, love the staff. So I want to know, what is the secret there? What is it that every single athlete I've ever communicated with over the last, say, like eight years minimum, always says, wow, I cannot believe how great it is here. What's the secret sauce for you, your staff, the school, over and above the cafeteria? What do you think it is?
Well, the people, like I just said, I mean, as a whole, faculty, staff, I mean, all the way to our grounds crew. I mean, they're invested. People are invested here. Um, but for me, I mean, I want, you know, it's never about me, right? Like I don't ever want it about me. I want it um about our team and our players, and I want to know when I'm recruiting somebody that their makeup of who they are as a person is going to fit with what we've already got here, right? And I'm a player's coach. Like it's all about the guys for me, right? I mean, even when we go on the road and we always have a snack box, and we've got a box filled with all kinds of different stuff. Like, what do you guys want? Right? And they're like Slim Jims. I'm like, okay, like I'll go buy Slim Jims and throw them in. Like, I just want them to be comfortable, be excited. I want them to enjoy coming to work every day, right? Because if it's a drag and it's not fun, and they're not enjoying it, and they don't feel like a kid doing it, then what's the point, right? What's the point? What are we doing it for? I mean, obviously we want to
So
win.
true.
We always want to win, and I want to put a competitive product on the field every time we take the field. But like, I want them to enjoy coming to practice, and college practices are intense, and it can be tough, and it can be grueling, and sometimes I put pressure on the guys, and I'll bark at them, and I'll put them in situations that are really difficult, and but that's part of it, right? But at the end of the day, I want them to know, like, hey, I'm a service to you, right? I am here to make you better, to motivate you and prepare you for when we take the field, and for whatever else is coming your way once we leave the field, right? So, I mean, guys text me at 11 o'clock at night. Hey, what do you think of this video? What do you think of this text? Or what do you think of this Instagram post with this drill? Um, sometimes they'll text me just to, hey, you got 10 minutes tomorrow? Like I got something on my mind. I want to run by you. They don't hesitate to reach out to me, and that's a good feeling. It can be exhausting at times. I'm not going to lie. But it's a good feeling. And, this is what I do, man. Like I've never wanted to do anything else. I don't know what I do. I was told I don't know. I might work at Home Depot or something and drive the forklift around. Like I don't know what I do, dude. I don't want to think about that, honestly. Like this is where I really feel like I'm meant to be, and if that's the case, then I'm winning in life, and I want to give it everything I got and give it to the guys. So I have a lot
Now,
to give back.
I know there are gonna be people that are gonna watch, and they're gonna, "How do I get in touch with Coach Martin? How do I do you want a video and an email? Do you want a transcript, a video? What is a student athlete that or a family that's watching this? I really wanna look into Bates. What are they gonna do to get your attention?"
Yeah, well, it's a good question. So, and I get that a lot. I mean, I get 100 emails a day sometimes, right? I mean, and it's hard for me. Some of them are kind of spam type emails, and they're
Right.
kind of like, you can tell that these have been sent to 200 coaches. Some of them are very original and genuine, and they're coming from the student themselves. So,
Talk
um,
about that. Talk about
yeah,
that
yeah.
catches your eye.
Well,
Talk about that original one catches your eye.
I can tell, right? I mean, I get enough of these and I sort through them enough that I can tell the ones that are mass generated, and I can also tell the ones that are written, specifically to me, right? Um, I pay attention to typos. I pay attention to poor punctuation and all that stuff, because I mean this is Bates College, man. Like I'm not, I'm not recruiting guys that send an email and they spell my name wrong, and it's just one, a 2-page email that's just a run-on sentence that keeps going. Like that's not going to fly here. So I pay attention to the little things, but I don't need an email is fine. I don't need a dissertation, right? I don't need everything that's happened in your baseball life since T-ball. It doesn't really matter. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I get some wild ones, right? So I don't need any of that. Give me a brief rundown of who you are and where you're at. A quick, a couple lines of this is my baseball experience. This is where I'm at right now. This is my travel team, or my club team, or my summer team, and then attach transcript, obviously, and as much video as you've got. Live game footage is fine. Reps in the cage are fine. Bullpen reps are fine. Anything you've got that is clear and I can see what I need to see, put it on there and send it to me. And I'll take care of the rest, right? And once again, if the transcript is attractive and it's like, okay, he's coming from a good school and the grades are good, plus I like the arm action here on the video, my next response is going to be, where are you going to be this summer? What's your summer schedule? And if you want to go ahead and add that on the email, go ahead, right? Because I need to find you. I need to see where you're going to be. I've never committed a recruit except during like those COVID times that either myself or someone on my staff hasn't seen live. So I don't go just on video. I need to see them play. I need to see their body language. I need to see them communicate with their coaches and their teammates. I need to see when things don't go well, how they handle it, right? But an email is going to spark my interest, and it's going to tell me that they have some interest or they wouldn't have reached out, right? And then I go from there. But it doesn't need to be a full page of everything. No, just give me the rundown and let me see the video and the transcript, and I'll go from there. It's really simple.
Well, you can obviously tell that Coach Martin is a true ambassador of college baseball. I strongly recommend that you, as a parent, a student athlete, take a good, long, hard look at Bates College, NESCAC Conference. You will find that is elite academically and elite athletically, and it is long overdue, and I am so glad that we got a chance to chop it up here a little bit and talk Bates baseball. Best of luck in the remaining portion of the season. I will see you this summer at the various show ball events, and I'm looking forward to catching up real soon.
Absolutely. And Walter, one last thing.
Sure.
I appreciate you having me today. I listen to your podcast regularly. You do a great job. You promote college baseball really well. And I would say anyone listening to this, if you're looking to get into the college recruiting scene and figure out how this works, that they should listen to you. You bring up some great points. You're clear, you're concise, and you do a great job. So thank you for everything you do for college baseball. I really appreciate it. We all do.
Well, a steak dinner is in your future, my good man.
You got it.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Captain. I appreciate it very, very much.
All right.
That was awesome.
Athletes, electrolytes matter, but you got to choose the right electrolytes. If you look at the sugars, 34 grams, the dyes, all the things that's not good for you in this product, this is a hype product. If you look here at the electrolytes made by Corvive, it's got the right amount of magnesium, sodium, potassium, zinc, kosher salt. It's got vitamin C to help with the immune system. I'm telling you, if you want to stay on the field, you want to perform at your best, you want to recover well, this is the product that you need to choose to fuel your body as an athlete.